This video is sponsored by King of Cardfight. For more information on tournaments, deck lists, or setting up your own King of Cardfight tournament at your locals, go to kingofcardfight.com. Hello again, friends. Today I'm going to do an in-depth card analysis of Demonic Demise Dragon Azi Dahaka. This in-depth video will cover erratas, rulings, gameplay mechanics, and even his interactions with his new form. Let's begin by reading the card. Demonic Demise Dragon Azi Dahaka, size 4, 10,000 power, 3 critical, 10,000 defense. Call cost, put a card from your field into your drop zone and pay 3 gauge. Erasure of History. When this card attacks, it attacks all of your opponent's monsters and your opponent instead. When this card deals damage to your opponent, destroy all items on your opponent's field. When this card is destroyed, search your hand or deck for a Demonic Demise Sword Occult Iguanef and equip it. If you searched your deck, shuffle it. You may have noticed that I emphasized all items. This is the official Azi Dahaka errata that I mentioned before. The original version of Azi Dahaka stated that it only destroyed your opponent's item, but it did specify that it is plural, and the errata is there. It does destroy all of your opponent's items, so if they're playing knights and they have both of their spears equipped, it will destroy both of them. Azi Dahaka, if it hits and deals damage, is effectively a board wipe in and of itself. It's pretty hard to recover from, and this is one of the major reasons why this card is very, very strong. Additionally, when destroyed, you can search your deck for Demonic Demise Sword Occult Iguanef, and now that there's 2 different types of Occult Iguanefs, this increases his versatility tenfold. Let's move on to rulings. Azi Dahaka's attacking ability is unusual for Buddy Fight. It's a continuous ability that creates an automatic ability with a trigger. The continuous ability is that it replaces the targets that Azi Dahaka chooses when it attacks. In this aspect, Erasure of History functions identically to Shadow Dive, in that it directly replaces what your attack target is during attack declaration. All cards that say when this card is attacked will proc, and Azi Dahaka may not select a single target when attacking unless it is performing a link attack. Additionally, if we ever get the nonsense of a size 8 board, 2 Azi Dahakas could link attack the entire board together, similar to how multiple units with Shadow Dive may link attack a fighter. The second portion of Erasure of History states, when this card deals damage to your opponent, destroy all items on your opponent's field. This seems to function independently of the attack redirection ability of Azi Dahaka, but it's complicated to just dismiss one from the other since they are both on the same line of text under the same ability name. It's possible that Azi Dahaka may need to attack to trigger this ability. Until a card exists that enables the original Azi Dahaka to deal damage outside of attacking and a Q&A is created for it, I'm not certain if we can ever know whether or not he will destroy all items when that effect resolves. Moving on, we have gameplay mechanics. Azi Dahaka requires destruction in order to bring out Occult Iguanef. One of the interesting things about Dragon Ein is that it has access to a wide variety of spells from different worlds. One of these spells is 100 Demon Sorcery, Rene Ryusho. Rene Ryusho may be used at counter speed to destroy a monster on your field and place the top card of your deck into the gauge. I particularly enjoy playing Azi Dahaka with Rene Ryusho to swing with Azi Dahaka and get Occult Iguanef out in the middle of my battle phase. One interesting play, though, is to wait until you've called out your second Azi Dahaka, swing with your Occult Iguanef, swing with your second Azi Dahaka, and then use 100 Demon Sorcery Rene Ryusho to equip a new Occult Iguanef that can attack again in that battle phase. Additionally, due to the new form of Occult Iguanef, you have the option of swinging an additional 2 extra times with more power and penetrate, possibly after the base Occulta nullified Soul Guard on their center monster. The versatility of having cards with continuous effects that replace their names with the names of another card doesn't even stop there. For Yearner of Destruction Azi Dahaka, he counts as Demonic Demise Dragon Azi Dahaka in all zones and all locations. So what does this mean exactly? Well, unlike Dual Seeger SD, who only counted as the original Seeger on the field and in the drop zone, this new Azi Dahaka also counts as the original Azi Dahaka while in the buddy zone. This means that if either new or old Azi Dahaka is your buddy, you may perform a buddy call with either of them completely interchangeably. This also means that if you buddy call with one form of Azi Dahaka while your buddy is the other form, that the buddied form will be the unit that enters the field. This means that if you favor one form of Azi Dahaka over the other, you can essentially make it so that you have 5 copies of one and 3 copies of the other by buddy calling with the Azi Dahaka form that is not your buddy. This adds in more intricate levels of play and counterplay. You could even run a deck that only has one type of Azi Dahaka in it that you primarily want out and just buddy call to toolbox out the other form for matchups where it's more favorable. The possibilities here are pretty vast. That covers Demonic Demise Dragon Azi Dahaka. If you have any further questions, feel free to comment on the video, and I will answer them as soon as I am able. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good one.